There was a movie that just came out called WALL-E. Little kids movie. How many people in this have seen this movie? Is WALL-E a good guy or a bad guy? Good guy. I want everyone in this room to hear that. Good guy, supposed to be. I find it really ironic that he's sort of in this circle and he has 5 points onto it, but take that for whatever it's worth. And it's upside down. But this movie was about a little robot, okay, that was left on Earth by himself when Earth is completely destroyed and there's nobody or anything else on the planet except for that one thing. When is that? Interesting. Who is the only one that's going to be on this planet by himself? Where are you going with this, Pixar? Where are you going with this kids movie? So, here's how they do this. The character that comes to the earth looking for life, ironically named Eve, is this new little robot from this, and it's this very clean and pristine looking, perfect little robot from the future. And it's sent out because all of the human race has left Earth and is in this utopian paradise ship where they can do whatever they want. It's always sunny and it's always 72 degrees and perfect outside. And here's the crux. Here's how you spot and pick out Hollywood, is pay attention to the things in the background. As WALL-E is brought back to this utopian paradise ship, which is called Axiom. Does anybody know what an axiom is? Here's the definition right here. A self-evident or universally recognized truth. Definition number 1. Or number 2, an established rule, principle, or law. So here this little dirty little robot who's broken down and he's completely like contaminated is coming into this perfect and pristine little world that is all about the law. So here's the scene of WALL-E getting into this world for the very first time. They apparently clean everything as it comes in, make sure it's all perfect. And as the little robot is going to clean him, it says 100% foreign contaminant. So as he's cleaning him, realizes that he can't really get him clean here. The other police style of little robots come out to assess the situation. Notice how everybody's walking in a line. It's very orderly. Everything's kind of perfect. So here this dirty little robot where everything walks in a line is now going to start to not walk in a line and cut across things that have never been out of line before. This little robot has no idea what to do. How does he do his job? Get off the line? Uh-oh. So he jumps off the line for the very first time and realizes nothing bad happened to him. So as the story progresses, he comes into this utopian paradise where everybody's fat and kind of like, you know, always just talking about, oh, what do you want to do today? Let's just go golfing, or let's do this. That's kind of their upside down, backwards interpretation of what heaven is like. They're saying that it's going to be boring, that, oh, how could you live forever? You know, you're just going to be this lazy big person. So this is the kind of slam that they're having on this utopian paradise. So WALL-E here, he gets caught and he gets put in a psychiatric ward with all the toys that broke down. These are all the busted up and broken toys. So what happens is he's trying to save this robot that he's fallen in love with, and he accidentally hits the wall with one of her little weapons, and it lets all of these chaotic little robots out. So now the environment starts to totally go into chaos, and all of these little robots get let go. And these are all the rogue style of robots. All the fallen ones. So as he's now starting to gain a following of these things that are now not going to be in line, not going to play with the the rules and regulations that everybody has, the laws, all the policing. I mean, keep in mind, this is a children's story. They're indoctrinating these kids to think outside of the lines, outside of the box. So here, once again, he's getting in trouble, and they've basically labeled him, put a bunch of warnings out to everybody. Don't be, these are bad robots. If you find them, turn them in, and give this mass warning to everybody. But what ends up happening in the end of the movie is they get the whole ship to want to go back to Earth and get away from this utopian paradise thing that they're in and go back to this messed up planet that was down there and want to rebuild that planet. And that's honestly what I believe that a lot of occult religions teach. If they really truly were open and honest with their thinking and their following with Lucifer, they're saying that he's going to someday rebuild this earth and that it's going to just all of a sudden get better. There's a lot of people that actually believe that we're actually going to improve this planet, we're going to recycle everything, we're going to do everything, and it's going to totally turn around, and we're going to all of a sudden make heaven here on earth. When we all know that this place will just continue to get worse and worse and worse. So the more that we let this type of even innocent cartoons into our homes, this is the mentality that's behind them and is so damaging. In Leviticus, it's full of verses. Follow the law. You must obey the law. Be careful to follow my decrees, for I am the Lord. Keep my decrees and laws, for the man who obeys them will live by them. I am the Lord. Keep all my decrees and laws. Follow them. I am the Lord. This is repeated over and over and over again. If we are careful to obey the law before the Lord our God, which He has commanded us, that will be our righteousness. Amen. So does that sound kind of easy? Keep the law, we get the righteousness. Is that what we have to do? Is that all? Galatians 2:16, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Jesus Christ. Even we have believed in Jesus Christ, that we might be justified by the faith of Christ, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. So, why is Hollywood attacking the law when it's not just the law that's going to get us there? What's more than that? Because if God told the Israelites, follow the law. If you read through all of the follow the laws in Deuteronomy and Leviticus, you would be like, oh, this is it. This is what we got to do. But they were following the law, weren't they? So much to a T that they made that their God. There's more to it than that. To have the faith of Jesus Christ. What is the faith of Jesus Christ? For in the gospel, a righteousness from God is revealed. A righteousness that is by faith from first to last, just as it is written, the righteous will live by faith. What is the gospel all about? The gospel is simply about the character of God. Christ demonstrating who God was. That's why our characters are so at an attack from many different angles. From by beholding we become changed, to a constant attack on don't follow the law. There needs to be a balance between this following the law, but then also having the faith of Jesus Christ, which was so in love with God that He didn't want to break the law. There's a difference. There's a difference from drawing a circle around you and just saying, don't do anything, don't look at anything, don't do this. and falling so in love with Jesus Christ, having that personal relationship with Him so deeply that we will get to the place that we love not our own lives, even unto death. So that is why it is so important not to fill our heads with all of this conflicting things that take us away from the love of who God is. All of these movies that I just showed you were 100% slamming who God is. God loved us so much, that He is just dying to take us home. So I really would like to just put it out there to you guys. How many of you are sick and tired of letting this world program us? How many of you? How many of you have family members that are deep into this? How many of you? I do. My little brother, I love him to death. He knows what I do for a living. Still chooses it. Breaks my heart. Pray for that guy every day. I know what it's like to have family members that cannot unplug from this. So how do we start? Where do we even begin to start to get away from this mentality? Take these things out of our churches, out of our schools. I'll tell you, the way that we do it is we combat it with putting good things out there. Getting out there, involved in evangelism, involved in knocking on doors, spreading the message, constantly sharing with those around us. I think the worst thing that we're going to feel when we get to heaven is, why didn't I say something to that guy? I think the biggest remorse is just the wasted time. Think about how much wasted time is used up on meaningless things. So that is my end goal of showing you some of these things that Hollywood is putting out, is so that you will realize we have absolutely no business filling our minds, filling our time up with things of the world. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are them that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus Christ. Love the Lord your God and keep His requirements, His decrees, and His laws, and His commands. When?
Always.
Always. Let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this week. I pray that you be with each and every person in this room that may be struggling with these things. And Lord, if there's some little thing that I have said over this week that may share some light on this very hard topic to deal with, then Lord, I just ask that you water those seeds. And Lord, if I said anything that was incorrect or may have led somebody away or angered them, Lord, I just ask that you take that away and open the eyes of the people to the words that I was trying to get across. And Lord, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for leading me away from this business and starting to use my talent to lead people to you and not away from you. Amen.